Hello everyone, welcome to Magickal Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, and I'm here with my weekly Moonday message. This is going to be a message or reading of guidance for the highest and greatest good for the collective for the week of March 31st, 2020. So I will explain in a moment how the messages work and actually how or really what they're all about. I'll just give a few moments and let people know that I am live. And I will make sure that my phone is on silent. Hi, Cindy. Hello, Casey. Welcome. You made it. Hi, Di. Happy Moon Day. Even though today is technically Tuesday, and this might be throwing some people off as I do usually go live on Mondays and not Tuesdays. But you know, every now and then the universe throws a curveball our way. We just kind of got to roll with it. So I see Casey says, I can't hear you very well. My volume is all the way up. Well, I have microphone on, and the microphone is right here. Is anybody else having any trouble hearing me? Hi, Gregory. Hi, Dawn. Welcome. Shelly, welcome, love. Yeah, just let me know before I really get into it. And if there's a problem, I'll restart. Hi, Heather. How are you, love? I just started, so you're in perfect timing. Hi, Barbara. Hello, Bridge. Can everybody hear me okay? Dawn says, no, you're fine. Hi, Leah. Welcome. Yeah, so if at any time you're having any difficulty hearing or seeing me, just let me know. I do believe that, let me see, Casey she was having a hard time hearing me. So Casey, maybe just go out, close everything down, and then try to come back in and see if that doesn't help with the sound. I'm not sure why I could see sometimes maybe like the video, but hi, Hannah. Welcome. Thank you for that. Hi, Laura. Oh, I am glad that you did make it, Cindy. Heather says, day 16 of quarantine and food seems to be the new word for good. and what did you say? Food seems to be the new word for good? Yeah, I thought I read that right. Yeah, I know. I was talking about that. It's really funny. I was talking about that was it actually today, I think, where we're having a conversation with a friend and I was like, I'm going grocery shopping and it's like once a week. And, I want it to last as long as possible because I don't want to keep going out to the grocery store. And it just seems like, the kids, every time I turn around, they're munching away and it's like a free-for-all that, we've got all these, there's nothing really else to do, So I'm trying to get clever with my food shopping and buy stuff that they won't go crazy eating like that. So, hi, Michelle. All right, 1 second. I am going to share that I'm live. So how is everybody doing, considering? How are you? Heather. I know. I made the mistake to buy, the grocery store bakes their own cookies, and oatmeal raisin are my favorite cookies. And for a really great price, they give you like 20 of them, big ones, and they're soft and they're chewy. It's like my favorite. And I bought myself a tub of them and almost single-handedly ate them all within a few days. So I totally get it. Oh, Gregory, that's good to hear. Good for you. I'm glad. Griselle, welcome. Nicole, welcome. Okay. All right. I think I'm done. All right. So I am so happy to see that everybody was able to make it. Oh, thank you, Di. You're very sweet. Thank you. Leah says stress eating. Yeah. Yeah, and the boredom as well, Okay, so I hope I hope I didn't miss anybody's comments. So I'm sorry if I did. Trying to keep up with all of them as much as I can. So yeah, it's been life's interesting. Life has been different, and I think that we will forever be changed. I hold the highest expectations and intentions for it to be the best possible outcome, though that doesn't mean that it won't be without changes, and I don't think that they're bad changes. So yeah, we're going to talk all about intentions and manifesting and our thoughts. We're going to have lots of conversations today. So hello, Jill. Welcome, love. All right. So yes, you are catching Moonday on Tuesday or Tuesday. As you know, I did not go live yesterday. So let me just start out for anybody who is new to my page. I should just go over and let you know that this is a live message of guidance for the collective good. So that means everyone. And while the messages are always positive, they're always for the highest and greatest good, that means that it's going to resonate with everyone uniquely in their own individual way, or how you most need to hear it. So the message again is an overall generalized message for the week, using oracle cards as well as my own intuitive abilities to discern a message of higher good for us, really what we need to know. So it's really just kind of like spiritual advice or guidance to help us understand how we can best flow harmoniously with the energy of the week, and what we can do to, if anything comes up at that time, we have a little bit of an awareness, which allows us to be mindful in how we may approach situations. So it's really positive messages. There is nothing here that is personalized or individual. So I won't be doing private or personal readings is what I mean. I do offer personal private readings. But again, I do those privately, so you could message me privately, and I will go over that with you, and we can schedule a reading, which can be done remotely. As you do see, I'm doing this remote reading for the collective today. So it doesn't matter if you're watching this live. It doesn't matter if you're watching it on replay, even if you're watching it months in advance or years from now and you find it. You're hearing it in divine timing, exactly when it is that you need to hear it, and there will be something of resonance there for you. Okay, so I hope I explained that well enough. Hi, Beth and Catherine. Welcome. Yes, I'm glad you made it. Yes, and Jill all the way from London. Love that. Which I do so hope to be doing this summer. I'm supposed to go to England, so holding those intentions. Hello, beautiful Michelle. So how it's going to work is I like to talk a little bit about any news and announcements for this page, my page here at Magickal Me, as well as my sister business, Oracles of the Light. So after this is done airing, if you've never been over to Oracles of the Light, you may want to go over and just give our page a like, and it will help you to also stay up to date on anything that we might be doing on Oracles that I'm not offering over here at Magickal Me. Sometimes we do mix, cross back and forth, but there's sometimes that I do things exclusively here and Oracles does things exclusively there. So let's see, news and announcements, and then after the news and announcements, I like to just kind of go over a little bit of like the energy forecast or anything that I might be noticing is going on to share. And then we do the oracle message. So I do pull a card from one of my many, many oracle card decks. And then I give my interpretation of that. And then after that, I pull a mudra card, and we all work together doing the mudra. And we'll talk about mudras and really what they are when we get there. So, scheduled to go to London this summer as well. Ooh, well, we're holding those intentions, sister. We are going. We are going. All right. Hello, beautiful Allie, beautiful Lala. Welcome. You made it just in time. I'm about to do the news and announcements. Bridget, welcome. All right. So, news and announcements. Let's see. Where even are we? It's been so hard in these isolation days to keep track of time, to keep track of the days of the week. I know we've had quite a few conversations, Karen and I, and we've been like, I'm talking about one day and she's like, oh yeah, and she's thinking, it's like it's Tuesday and realistically it's Friday. So we've had those moments. So it's really hard to like, where am I at this point in time? Which is actually a really wonderful thing if you think about it. The fact that we have that we are able to do that right now, it is a blessing. Even though there are some difficulties and some challenges happening and some sacrifices and sadly life's lost, it's important to embrace the silver lining of things. It is really important to find the positive in and find that light in the darkness at all times. It doesn't mean that you're not supposed to have feelings. It doesn't mean that you're not supposed to experience emotions. You are absolutely supposed to process through them. And then we get through them by trying to find the next best step. Where do we go from here? We don't stay there, if that makes sense. So how can we make this a better, positive situation? So I'll talk about the news and the announcements. There's not a whole lot, but there are some things in the mix that are happening right now. Obviously, we are not offering a whole lot of events at this time because we're in isolation. But the Oracles and I have launched a monthly newsletter, and some of you have already subscribed. If you have not, you definitely want to subscribe because we do different offers, we do giveaways for readings and different things that aren't announced on our pages. This is only in the newsletter. So you can subscribe to our monthly newsletter, which is usually released every first of the month. We give a lot of different tips and how you can embrace what might be going on. There's always like a spiritual message. There's different activities that can be done. We just released one to help with the, being at home and the different things that can be done for teens, for children. So we have a lot of different things that we offer. And the newsletter, it's really a great source of information. So if you're interested, you can subscribe on www.oraclesofthelight.com. And you should get prompted as soon as you visit the website. Also, there is a link on our Facebook page. It says email sign up. But I'm really not quite sure if everybody can see that from the mobile. You might only be able to access that through desktop or a laptop, okay? So with that said, we might be a little delayed in releasing this month's newsletter. I think we're talking the 5th is when we're going to be releasing it. I want you to stay tuned to that because we have been tossing around the idea of developing a spiritual, or hosting, I should say, a spiritual development circle. And initially, we had tossed around the idea of doing it in person. And it's really a group where people could come meet up like maybe once a month, and we go over different things, like we'll do meditation. There's a lot of people who struggle with meditation, and we'll pick a goal, so we'll work through that. Then we'll work through maybe how to understand how to connect with your higher self, how to, really every different type of topic that's out there that's not, like a specific class. These are just like everyday things that can help from the most beginner or the most advanced of an individual on their spiritual journey. So really teaching different tools, how to understand the language that spirit speaks to you, how to become more visual in your meditations, just a bunch of stuff. However, since the in-person is kind of off the table at this time, we are discussing launching it online, live, through Zoom. So it's not fully put out there yet, but I just wanted to let you know that if it's something that you're interested in, we are hoping to have those details launched in the newsletter on the 5th. So keep your eye out. It might be there, and hopefully we'll have it together by then. So that's that. What else do we have going on right now? In the newsletter, we will be announcing any new reading specials that we have. Oracles and I are still offering our online services that are Oracle guidance readings. We usually on monthly try to pick a different theme for readings. We have our fates readings, which are relationships, or we just did a prosperity reading. So we kind of try to go with a theme. So we'll hopefully have that announced in the newsletter as well. Let me see. I should have written all of this down. I never do. So we also offer remote healing services. So those of you who are familiar with Reiki energy healing know that there is, for those who are attuned to a level 2 and higher, are actually able to channel this healing energy remotely. So you do not have to be in the same location. It can happen through the video chat, or we don't have to be connected at all, and it can happen. So if it's something that you are interested in, if you might be struggling with something energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, Reiki distance healing is just amazing. And I've begun actually taking my Aurora light healings and really kind of making my own collage of distant healing. So if you're interested, once again, just let us know, reach out to us, and we can go over what exactly that entails and how it works. Because of what is going on, we have discounted our services really, dramatically for everyone, because while yes, we're all also kind of out of work as well, we're not here for that. We're here to make things more feasible. Healing and guidance and clarity, it shouldn't be about that. It should be more about making this available for everyone, because really, honestly, this is a time where we want to make sure everyone is getting the assistance, the support, the well-being of their mind, their spirit, and their body. That is so important with what's going on right now. So the more of us that are in a place of centeredness is the more of us that can affect change in this chaotic time. All right. Hi, Tracy and Lori. Welcome. I'm just kind of going over some news and announcements right now, so you haven't missed anything yet. One other thing, speaking of remotely, that I've actually been, I have been actually not very on board with this in the past, and I understand now why. So in the past, I am a Reiki master, and I do teach Reiki classes. And in the past, I have been an advocate for really, at least for myself as a teacher, never really offering classes for Reiki beyond in person. I have students who are actually all over the world. However, what I'll do is I'll teach them online, and then I will only accept them as a student if I know that we are going to meet up at some point, like my trips to England or whatnot, and then I will attune them in person. So I've kind of been like, it's not really been my place to attune people remotely. And there's a really big reason for that. I do think it does require, even though we are able to heal distantly using Reiki, I do think an attunement is a little different, and I've always really respected the sacredness of the in-person connection between master and student and that transference of energy. So it's really been just my own personal preference. However, Spirit has really been coming to me in a very big way the last week or so, probably because we've got this isolation time, and it's really allowing me to really go deeper within myself. And the messages that I have been receiving are pretty amazing. And some things that I've been receiving is that we are no longer going to be doing things the way that we once did. A lot of the way that we do things in our lives are going to change. specifically spiritually, and spiritual work is shifting and growing and evolving, as everybody on the planet will as well. And the way that we do, just grocery shopping or anything anymore, everything's going to shift. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. However, I've been getting really strong messages about using technology to transmit healing. And I really just thought that was like on a big way. And some of the messages that I got are in a big way, that technology is going to be used to transmit these new earth codes and healing codes. So it's going to be coming through all of our devices. It's going to be coming through like our satellites. Any way that technology could be used to transmit positive love, healing, energy, and light, it will be. Now, one thing that they kind of really clarified for me was that also spiritual teachers and those who do energy healing and carry any sort of like light codes that can assist the collective will actually kind of be boosted to start transmitting through their own work and using technology to do that. And as you know, I currently use technology to do these readings, and sometimes my light language transmissions come through, and what am I doing but transmitting energy? Sometimes I'm transmitting codes that are activation and downloads. So Spirit showed me that some of us are no longer in 3D. What that means is your consciousness. It's not an actual place that we go to when we leave. It's your consciousness. And the majority of us are already working on a 5D consciousness. So that's the fifth dimension. And because of that, we are no longer limited to the things that we were limited to before. So we are able to actually utilize energy healing, light, technology, you name it. We're able to expand in the way that we see and do things. And so I've been actually being guided to start to offer Reiki energy healing for the first time ever remotely. So I will be offering these classes. The classes are already pre-recorded. As I said, I offer to teach them. I teach people who are, I will be meeting up with at some point in time. But I will also be doing the energy attunement that enables you to channel Reiki energy and able to heal others using that Reiki energy. I will also be doing that through the internet, if you will. It will actually be, the way that I have it planned is that it will actually be a private one-on-one video chat where it's just us still doing that, connecting with that whole, honoring the sacred bond of master and teacher. So if you are interested, reach out to me because it isn't something that I'm going to create as an event. It will be available all the time. So again, if you have any questions about that and you're interested, feel free to reach out and I can explain further. But yeah, it was a really big epiphany and the way that Spirit kind of hit me over the head with it multiple times. And even I didn't want to accept it at first because I was kind of stuck in that old way. And that was kind of a message within itself, is how we are no longer meant to, we can't hold and cling on so tightly to the old ways of doing and the old ways of being, because that is shifting. So it is about embodying these higher ways of consciousness and these higher, newer ways of doing things that actually make our lives much easier and do actually simplify our lives. So again, these services, the Reiki online classes, will be offered for those who are not local to me. If you are local to me, I'm still doing my classes in person once, if we get the clear and the go ahead to go do all of that again. I still will be doing that in person, and I will encourage the in-person classes if you're local. But again, Spirit's also giving me this message that as we shift and we grow and as we rise, there are so many people around the world that don't have access to these classes and this information and knowledge. So to just continue to create that limitation is actually hindering people. So I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and I am embracing the new, and I am going to offer Reiki for all of those who are interested. All right. So that's that. I think that might be it for now. in regards to what we are offering. And Karen, I know you're tuning in. If there's anything that I forgot, please let me know. Yeah, I think that's it for now. The energy forecast. Well, okay. So the energy forecast kind of goes hand in hand with this event that I forgot to tell you about. So some of you may have seen I created an event today on Magickal Me and Oracles, and it is going to be held on this Saturday, April 4th. And it's going to be, for those of you in the Eastern time zone, it's going to be pretty late in the evening. It will be 10:45 p.m. There is a post that has been going around on Facebook, and it is a call to everyone. It is a call to people to come together to align in mind and heart for one joined purpose, which is to send healing collectively to the earth. There is something very powerful that occurs when we join at the same time with the same intention. It's powerful when you do things on your own. It's powerful when you do them throughout the different hours whenever you can align to it. It is still doing something. But when we can all link up together, uniting, it doesn't matter what you practice. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter if you do spiritual work or not. It's about uniting as one. Everyone coming together, linking mind, linking heart, a mass global meditation to come together on a very powerful day to send healing and purification into Mother Earth and into the collective consciousness. So I am just hosting this live, as are many other people all around the world, as it did encourage people for their own personal business pages to bring as many people in. And I know it's difficult to do meditation when you don't have instruction. And it's a very simple one, and it's only going to be 20 minutes long. But I decided to come live to actually help guide anybody who wants to participate and doesn't want to do it just on their own. So you can definitely join me live. I will be here. I might be in my pajamas, but I will be here. It's going to be at 10:45 p.m. Eastern Time. The event has been created, and in the event is also listed a breakdown of the different time zones all around the world. For some people, it's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I understand that is difficult. But if you can set your alarm and you can make it happen, it is going to be huge. There's a call for 1 million people to come together. So I know that we can surpass that if we really put our minds to it. So it's April 4th, 2020. So let me just tell you really briefly, and this goes into my energy forecast. April 4th, which is this Saturday, is a very big deal. There's a powerful alignment, and that is why the meditation is occurring on that day, because we are going to make use of that energy and planetary alignment to propel our intentions. Okay, so 4-4, hello Annie, and hello Reese, welcome. Still kind of talking, I just kind of moved into the energy forecast, but it kind of goes with the news and announcements. Hi Deborah, welcome love. So 4-4 in itself, okay, so April 4th, it's a 4-4, and then 2020 is a 22, so we have a 4-4-2-2. That in itself is a portal day. The fours alone represent stability. They represent foundation. Think about that. Our stability, our foundation, our structure, direction. I always see the Mother Earth whenever I think of a number 4, and it just reminds me of like that grounded, that anchoring, those roots. So what are we rooting? What are we grounding? What are we, this isn't a doorway where there is this massive stability shift to occur, because then you take the master number 22. Hello Tammy, hello Noreen. No problem. You can catch back anything on replay. And I definitely encourage you to, because there's some interesting stuff I'm talking about. So the 22 of 2020, so that 4-4-2-2, which is another 4, okay? Anybody who knows numerology or knows numbers knows that 4-4-4 as that trinity is like the divine master healer, light worker, aligning with divine purpose and divine intervention type of number. It's also like confirmation, support from our family of light, our angelic guides. So it's a big number, and it's not a coincidence. 22, though, by itself is a master builder number. All right, so you've got the 44, master healer. Follow me. 22, master builder. That means you're the master architect, right? What are we building? We are sending in master healing on 4-4. Now, let's get into the alignment of that. I'm not an astrologer, okay? I desperately want to be. If you haven't picked that up by now, it's just such a complex topic. But I pay attention to the key points, what I need to know. All right. So the alignment that's happening is a very amazing one between the planet Pluto and the planet Jupiter. Now, what I understand about this alignment, or its conjunction, if you will, is that it's a heightened time of driving your goals home. That's the long and the short of it, okay? Because I don't want to get into a big conversation about it, because I'll continue to get further and further away from our oracle message. But really, what I'll just tell you about it is in a big way. And what I understand about Pluto in itself is really about like your big purpose here, like your big role here. So Jupiter and Pluto coming together is about any work that's done on that day. So think about this, not just on the global level. Think about your individual goals and what you want to achieve, because that is the day to drive them home successfully. The energy is so behind us in that. So it is not a coincidence that this meditation is happening on that day. It's not a coincidence that we're being guided to do this together. Coming together as one in itself says a lot. All right. So there's information in that event already posted. There's the link to the original post that was created that has all of the detailed information. For those of you who don't want to join live, want to do it on your own, the information is there. For those of you who can't do it that same day, if you can try, that would be great. If you cannot, as long as you're doing it, that is also super important. Okay. So really just holding those thoughts and holding the vision. That brings me to talk about one other thing. So I know what's going on, okay? I'm not blind. And just because I don't constantly bring it up and discuss it, it doesn't mean I'm not paying attention to it. It doesn't mean that I think that everything is like rainbows and sunshine, because it's not. However, I deal with things when they come up. Fears, something I read in the news, which I try not to do, by the way, but something that might have come across my vision, my path. I deal with it. I process it, and then I let it go and I move on. Because worrying isn't going to help that situation, and it's not going to help me any either. So what I want to tell you all, and you've heard me talk about this before, and for some of you, you already know this, but I've heard a lot of people, no fault of their own, falling into fear and worry, also making some projections about, this is going to be this, this, and this, or this is going to be, extended, or, like those things that it's not that they're wanting that to happen. They're hearing it, they're reading it, they're trying to kind of put two and two together as to, timeline wise. One thing I want to disclose here is that, first of all, time is not linear. The old way of thinking is more of the patriarchal, and that whole concept that time is linear is putting timelines together based on linear thinking, based on the left brain, if you will. Hello, Nikita. Welcome, love. So I'm just talking about the energy forecast right now and kind of what I'm picking up and just some intuitive stuff. And but there's a lot of information you might want to catch back on replay, okay? All right. So time is not linear, okay? Time is spiral and congruent, okay? Overlapping. So that means if we're looking at something from that straight perspective, right? The linear perspective, we can estimate a timeline and numbers and things like that, right? But what we're not accounting for is the power of divine intervention, or the fact that time is actually spiral, and so is the journey. And that means that sometimes you can't see around the bend of the spiral. So if you can't see around the bend, that means there could be something that just kind of plops right down in the middle of your timeline and turns it into a completely different direction. I'd like to believe that, all right? I'd also like to believe that the power of intention has a lot to do with how something can plop down in the middle and just turn a completely different way, all right? I believe that nothing is set in stone. I believe in miracles. I expect miracles. And this is maybe might seem like a foo-foo notion to some people, and that's okay. But if you could just try it, it's not going to hurt you any to expect changes in a good way. Magically, things just vanish. Numbers just fall. Days shorten. You see? Don't get too stuck in what you hear. That's programming. Don't get too stuck in what the old way of perceiving is. Know that divine intervention and miracles can occur at any moment. And when you expect that, it's what we create. So I want to talk about the power of your mind and how incredibly powerful you are. You are a co-creator. You create in unison with the divine because you are the divine and the divine is you. So your minds, your beliefs, your words have incredible power over outcomes. They send out ripple effects into the world. So it's so important to remember that your thoughts can actualize. So if you're holding up a mirror, what do you want to see in that mirror? Not just for yourself, but for the world. Do you want to see that things are going to get worse before they get better? Do you want to see that? Then don't say it if you don't want to see it. That doesn't mean I'm asking you to turn a blind eye. It doesn't mean that I'm asking you to live in la la land either. Be aware. Be mindful. But you don't have to consume everything that you see because it's just toxic and it's just polluting you. And it creates through you, it also lowers vibration. And that's the energy signature that you're putting out around you. And like attracts like. So it is important that when we begin to realize how really powerful we are, how we really can create very quickly. Remember that alignment that's coming up this week too. It will drive home your goals, whether you intended them to be or not. Okay? Oh, you're welcome, Laura. Thank you, sweetheart. So it's so important to start to be mindful of who you are and what you can do. This is real. It might not seem it because it's not part of the old consciousness, but it's real. It's true. I live this. Please be mindful with your words. There's a lot of people with a lot of projections and a lot of expectations, but they don't have to be yours. You can expect miracles. You can create with your intent alone. Okay? All right. Oh, Bree, you're so welcome. So that's really just my energy forecast right now. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody who does that or did that is bad and that, you should feel some sort of way about it. And that when you hear someone say it, that you should get up on your horse real quick and kind of, tisk them. No. We teach. We teach through sharing a different way, offering a different perspective, you know? So it's just to become aware. It's just to be more mindful. And all we can do at the end of the day is plant a seed. You know, we don't have choice over whether the seeds grow or not, but we can plant those seeds. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to get into the Moonday message. Hi, beautiful Candace. Welcome, sweethearts. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Brie, me too. Hey, Fred. Welcome. All right, so those of you just joining, I shared a really lot of important information. If you want to catch that replay back and check it out, then you can, okay? So I'm going to go into the Moonday message that now, but I kind of am feeling like a little bit on the fence about what deck I wanted to work with today, which was not usual for me. We're going to go with the mermaids. I've been feeling like a whole lot of dolphin and whale energy lately. I don't know about the rest of you, but really been really connected to the watery beings. Okay. So I'm going to work with the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish this week. Okay. So everybody just take a nice deep breath in and just let it out. Relaxing, loosening up your shoulders, unclenching your jaw. Let yourself just become limber and loose. Don't hold any tension. All right. I know you are, Reese. Bree says, yes, I pulled a whale card for a friend the other day, and I thought that was interesting. Oh, yes. So interesting. So relevant. I do hope to talk more about this. I'll keep you guys posted. Okay? I feel like there's going to be some very interesting conversations coming forward very, very soon. Okay? All right. So, let's see. What guidance comes forward for the collective good this week? March 31st, 2020. So Spirit heard me. All right. Why I said it was very interesting that I really want to talk about this is I'm getting lots of messages lately. I don't know if any of you have caught that. I've been posting a lot, and it's really beautiful, the messages and the way that they're coming through lately, and how they're helpful. They're very helpful with what's going on at this time. And some of the messages that I've really been wanting to talk about regarding the whales and regarding the dolphins is about the lost civilization of Lemuria and how we really are birthing Lemuria. It's a big topic to talk about now, so I'm not going to get into that, but stay tuned, because I think that there will be something coming maybe soon in the future, near future, where I will hold space for that and share some thoughts. Okay. So the reason I said it is because the card itself is Homeland. And as soon as I see this card and hear the words Homeland, I think Lemuria, just because the mermaids are so connected to ancient Lemuria. But I also think of what I call also like my heart's home is Avalon, and that is in Glastonbury, England, and it is the current heart chakra, as well as the third eye chakra of the earth. And it's interesting because this week has been some messages regarding the third eye, specifically in alignment with the heart chakra, and anchoring the vision of love through us, through our hearts, into the planet. So again, nothing is coincidence here. The number of the card is master number 44. We just talked about that, didn't we? The 4-4. And it says arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, settled. I'm getting covered in chills, so I definitely can feel like the higher energy coming in right now. And my face is already on fire. So I love this. You see her pointing. You're not going this way. Don't look back, because we're not going that way. It's like I said from the very beginning of this transmission today, or this, I'm getting all transmission from this live today. What I said from the very beginning was things are not going to stay the same in a great way. It's pushing us to look differently at things. And I think the reason that we're able to do that now, to look differently, not only because of the circumstances and what has occurred, but it's also because we are tapping now into that higher consciousness. We're plugged in to the higher consciousness. And while some people may not yet be fully, it's going to affect and ripple throughout, because we are still a one consciousness. So we are going forward. We are going home. We are going back to a way that is authentic, that is pure, that is love, that is harmony with humanity. So I feel like that 4-4 is no coincidence. I feel like it's giving us that massive message about Saturday, the 4th of April, and what it is that we will be doing and what we can do, and how that can have an incredibly powerful transformation and shift on the current circumstances. So really, if you are able to do this on Saturday, like I said, I'll be here. I might be in my pajamas. It's okay. Tune in with me. We're going to do this thing, all right? We're taking it home. We're going home. We're taking back our power from the old ways, from the devastation, from the corruption, from the destruction. And we are coming back into a place of purity. It might not happen overnight, but that is where we're going. So keep moving forward. I know there are times during this very heavy energy that pushes us and trips us up. And we have those moments where we especially those of us who are energetic or empathic starseeds is the new term I've been using. Been getting lots of new terms, by the way. Empathic starseeds that are here to feel. We are tapping into the collective, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. But if you're aware of that, you're supposed to take it, you're supposed to feel it, and process and transmute it. Okay, so it's not just be like let me block up, shield all the way up, and not let anything. I don't want to feel anything. I don't want to experience anything. So it's not that you're supposed to make yourself open to it either, but it is also about what we are feeling. It's not easy. We're going through this together. It doesn't matter where you're at on your journey. We're going through this together. But Noreen says, what time Saturday? 10:45 p.m. Eastern time. But there's an event created on my page, and it has the information there for different time zones. Okay. Send me any questions if you have them. All right. Yes. So we will stumble from time to time, and it's okay. But don't get wrapped up in it. Don't get pulled down. Do your best when the storms are spiraling around you to remain calm amidst the storm, to help to anchor the peace and the light, to harmonize the energy for everyone else. Because it's very easy when they're all crumbling to crumble with them, to be affected by it, to be swayed by it. But you don't have to be, you can really be the light in the darkness. You can be the one thing that makes the shift happen all around you. I have been well, we've all been locked up in our houses for quite some time. And that can be very difficult, especially considering some people have small children. Some people are working from home, and they're expected to not only work from home, but they're expected to also teach the children and also have the children tune in live while they're trying to work, and it's not easy. And then we also have moments where people around us are impacted and they have meltdowns. This is a lot, and some people are without work, some people don't know what's going to happen and they're scared. You stand, anchor your energy. Actually, I think we're going to do this today. I'm going to give you a little tool that I do when the storm starts up and the cyclone goes around in my home, and all I can do, me punishing, yelling, doing all that nonsense, it just creates the spark that keeps it going. So what I've begun doing is taking all of that energy around me and I pull it all into my own aura, and I create a ball of that energy around me. And then I transform that ball into a flame, a transmutational flame. And I see it all being transmuted, being harmonized, neutralized, turned into positive energy. And then I take that ball and I anchor it down into the ground and I send it out all around me. And within, maybe within 15, 20 minutes, the energy just goes like this and everyone with it. See? So maybe we'll do that together today after the mudra. And this way, give everybody a little tool to kind of try to bring it back in, ground that energy out, all right? Oh, no problem, Noreen. Welcome, Lynette. You just missed the Moonday card, but I'll show it to you, and you can catch the information back on on the replay. It's master number 44. Master Healer, and it is Homeland. And sister, we're going home. That's what's happening. We are on our way out, my friends. Hold the vision. Hold the light. I don't care what anyone tells you. Stay true to your feelings, to what you believe in your heart, that we can create change. We are the difference. Okay? Hold that vision and anchor it. All right. Oh, thank you, Candace. Laura says, I just got the image of Elsa when she's caught in a tornado and she uses her power to transmute it. Wow. What's funny, Laura, is that my daughter actually, when I came home today, my daughter actually was watching Frozen 2, I think it was. And I haven't watched it with her, but she was watching Frozen 2. And that's funny that you say that. Which I'm told, by the way, is an incredibly spiritual movie. So I'm a little peeved that she watched it without me. But. All right. So that is the Moonday message. We'll do the mudra. And I know I'm running a little longer than usual, but why not? It's not like I have anywhere else to be, right? All right. So we'll do the mudra. And we'll go through doing the mudra together the way that we normally do. And then I'll ask you to hold that mudra for a moment. And then I'll guide you through this amazing little tool that you can use to neutralize chaotic energy around you. Okay? Harmonizing is the word. Okay? So keep that word in your mind, because I've been getting so much of that word coming to me that I feel like I'm saying it all the time, over and over again. But that's what I said, neutralize, but it's harmonizing is what you're doing. You're harmonizing the energy, so kind of bringing it into balance. And I did do a whole post about messages that I received, and the words specifically I was repeating when I woke up was harmonic resolution. So what's that mean? Okay. All right, so mudras. So I pull a card for anybody who's new to my page from this mudra deck, and then we talk about the mudra, and then we work with the mudra together, and then I post a picture of that mudra on my page, and it enables you to actually save it to your phone and then work with it by yourself once a day for that entire week until next moon day, and we get a new mudra. And mudras are, if anybody doesn't know, this is the mudra deck for Awakening the Five Elements by Alison de Nicola, and she does have another one that's more focused on the chakras. But for anybody who doesn't know what mudras are, the word itself is Sanskrit, which is an ancient, very ancient language, more mainly used in Hinduism and Tibet. And this is a practice by, I should say, it goes back as far as like the ancient Tibetan monks, but I think that it's very old. It's even older than that. And Sanskrit is actually believed to be a form of light language. So the word mudra being in Sanskrit, and the importance of the names in even our chakras they have Sanskrit names, and we can say, third eye chakra, or heart chakra, but when you say something like Muladhara, it changes things, because the vibration. And when I said a light language is it's light codes and healing that come out in the form of sound, and utilizing that vibration and frequency that comes through with it. So using these terms and these Sanskrit words in itself is powerful. So the word mudra actually translates to energy seal, or seal in itself. And what that is if you think about like a seal that is like a trigger or a button that goes over your energy centers or your chakras. That's how I see it in my mind. When you kind of turn them on by forming hand symbols, okay, so the different hand symbols, there's many, okay, there's hundreds of these things, but we do them, some of them we do unknowingly, because it's all kind of in our memory, in our cellular and DNA. So when you form these mudras, it activates the seal that is connected to one or more chakras or energy centers within your body. Now, each chakra rules over a specific area of each of the four main bodies, which are your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your light body. So when you activate these, energy centers, it allows us to channel energy using the mudra, okay, which activates your palm chakras, activates your fingers, which are triggers, allows us to channel energy through our energy centers, through those bodies, all at once. Some work with more than one chakra and all chakras. So using one mudra can be incredibly potent, and it's removing blockage and channeling life force energy into those energy centers to alleviate illness, physical ailments, emotional blocks and debris, and mental wounds or mental blocks and debris that may actually clutter up and cause those blocks on your physical body. So it's kind of all like they're all connected. And then the spiritual body also, we can have blocks there as well, but also in channeling energy into our spiritual body helps with consciousness expansion and awareness, okay? So very powerful. Some mudras are so powerful that if you already suffer from some physical ailments in certain areas of your body, not all, but certain, it can overstimulate the area, which could cause irritability. So in that case, the card usually says it, and it does allow me to tell you that there is a caution before using it, so use it at your own discretion. If there's a caution, I will say it before we do it, okay? All right. So, last week, have all of you been, I don't know if all of you have been working with that mudra from last week, but that was a wow one, especially with what I had been talking about. I definitely have to watch it, Laura. All right. So I'm just going to have everybody, I'll guide you when we get there, I guess. So what mudra comes forward for the collective this week of March 31st, 2020. Okay. This is the Jala Mudra, and it is dubbed Flow in this deck. It assists with fluidity, going with the flow, right? What did I say in our Moonday card? Going this way, right? Go with the flow of the energy. We're not resisting. We're not going backwards, okay? So flow, nourishment, and balance. It aids adaptability in body and mind, enhances abdominal breathing, assists in lubricating the joints, cultivates emotional balance and support. And here's my word, harmonizes change. There we go. This is a good one. This is what we need. Its element is water. And what does water do but flow? And it's fluid. So it's really, it's a powerful conductor of healing and purification as well. So there is no caution with this one listed, so we're all free to do this together. So what I'm going to have you all do is close your eyes. And I'm going to have you take a nice deep breath. Actually, you need to see it, don't you? That would probably help. So it looks easy though. It's just you touching the tips of the thumbs to the pinky fingers and then just extend. Okay. That's not going to be easy. Okay, so my one finger, it just doesn't do what it's supposed to. So you're going to touch the tips of the thumbs to the pinky fingers and extend the other 3 fingers straight out. You're going to rest the backs of your hands on your thighs or knees, okay? Relax your shoulders, straighten your spine. Yes, Dawn, good catch. I did use the mermaid deck. All about the flow, right? All right. So close your eyes. Now you can close them. Take a nice deep breath. In through your nose. And release. Channeling that energy into your palms. Once again, nice deep breath in through your nose. And release. Last time, nice deep breath in through your nose. Hold. Release. And you can state, balance and flow accompany all of my transitions. Balance and flow accompany all of my transitions. Balance and flow accompany all of my transitions. And keep your eyes closed. Now I'm going to guide you into using an incredibly powerful tool to help harmonize energy around you in chaotic situations. So what I want you to do is I want you to envision a storm or a cyclone moving through the room around you. This represents the chaos, the energy. Maybe your children are on high and running around and not settling down. Maybe people are arguing in your house. Maybe people just feel stressful. Maybe you're picking up on all of that energy. So this cyclone represents all of that energy around you. I want you to take your hands, hold them out with palms up, and I want you to begin to pull that cyclone into you. but see your own feet and roots planted firmly in the ground. Know that you cannot be swayed or moved by the storm. Pull it into your hands until you are shrinking all of that cyclone down into a ball in between the palms of your hands, holding it as though you are containing the entirety of the chaotic energy. Now I want you to envision your hands sending out a violet-colored flame into all of that chaotic energy. And those violet flames or hues of violet begin to start to slowly transmute that ball of chaos, neutralizing its ferocity, transmuting it into peace and calm, harmonizing until you see an entire ball of violet light within your hands. Now we take that ball, summon your energy, and push it down into the earth beneath you. If it's you who's feeling that chaos, you can allow that energy to fill your auric field. Push that energy out, down through your feet. Push your hands until you are sending it down to the ground, and see the energy particles disperse throughout the space in the room around you, creating a harmonic atmosphere and resolution to the chaotic energy. Hold it as long as you feel guided, and when you're ready to release, you can open your eyes. So when you're in the situation, you can hold that as long as you feel guided, and when you're ready to release, you'll know. And then just give it a few minutes. Give it some time for the energy to go to work, because what's going to happen is that energy is going to move throughout the entire space. So if you're in your home, and let's say you did it in the living room, and the chaos is going on around you and it's going on upstairs, it's going to move through the entire house, okay? And then just let go, and you're done. We all have the ability to wield the violet flame, okay? All right. Yeah, Candace, you said a mouthful, sister. That's a nice word. So I would just say yes. All right. Laura, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, Noreen. Ray, welcome, beautiful. You popped in there at the end of that. You know, it'll all be available on replay for you. So Laura says, my hands were shaking so much when we held the chaos. Yeah, you know, it's very difficult to contain it. You know, you really feel it when you're doing it and pulling that energy in. And even though we were just simulating a situation, if there was chaotic energy in your space, just kind of floating around, you just harmonized it, everybody. Good job. All right. Thank you so, so much, everybody, for being here. If you use it throughout the week, send me a message. Let me know. I want to know how it worked for you. Okay? All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Remember, hold the vision, hold the light, hold the love, and hold the peace. We create the change. Okay? Hopefully, I will see you on Saturday. If you want the details, it's posted in the event on my page. Much love, luck, blessings. Stay well. I know you will. And I will see you, hopefully, Saturday or Moonday. Mwah. Bye-bye.